We just got different viewpoints, you and me. And that doesn't mean we can't talk. We don't have to be enemies.
What's up, guys? Saturday night in the studio. 1 second. Good. G. Y'all both ain't good. 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 You have got to see. Saturday night.
It's the first time I found myself thinking I don't want to let her go.
You know what? I don't even know if I need this. I might take this headset off because it's not like I can hear you guys anyway. I'm not going to be doing any gaming. We'll play by ear. If I could play some music, some of my own music in here. Let's see here. How do I do it? Audio. 2. 1, 2, check. You hear me? Speaker, headphones, yeah. Stereo audio. Check. Media assets. The media assets. What do I need to do here? Video file. What's up, guys? Say hello. If you're a sub, let me know. If you're not, let me know. Oh, I gotta set up the comments so you can see them. Okay. Sitting here watching the Summer League game. Memphis Grizzlies winning by 11. Got a nice looking young team. Saturday. Yeah, I'm a loser. I got nothing planned for tonight. My only plan for tonight is to entertain you guys. If you want to come on this trip with me, let me know. We'll wait on a few people. We got about, 10 people in here. I'll start the game. Otherwise, we'll just sit here and stare at each other. You creepy asses. I'll also give everybody the option to come on live tonight. If anybody, if I know who you are, I'll give you that chance. If you want to come on live and talk tonight, talk to me. What's up, Oath Keeper? Good evening. Menu from Fort Wayne, Indiana. How you doing, man? Waiting on a few people to get in here. Anybody got any good news you want to share, or any accomplishments, or anything like that you want to talk about, or any plans you have coming up that you want to talk about, or any situation in your life, even if you just need an attaboy, I'm your guy. And I like to hear interesting things from people that I don't know. Just chilling, trying to stay awake, LOL. Where you at, Oath Keeper? Trying to stay awake at 7 o'clock. You must be my age, bro. Either that or you had a long day at work today. Or maybe you just didn't get any sleep last night. I don't know. It sucks, man. You got to sleep, bro. Let it go. Let your body do what your body needs to do. What's up, Guaca dude? How you doing? Fort Wayne, Indiana. Nice. I think you've told me that before. I'm subscribed. Can you please say bore? You got some weird people that come in here and ask me to say certain things. I don't know what that's about, man. It worries me a little bit because there's so many weird things going on the internet. I don't know if you guys are trying to sample my voice or what's going on. 63? Yeah, I hear you, Oath Keeper. 63 years young, right? Oath Keeper, what do you think about I don't mean to put you on the spot. It's rare I ask people political questions. Usually I just kind of, you know what? We're going to keep it politics free. We've had enough of that. I've been sitting in here today on my Facebook, man, and I just get so tired of reading the negativity and the BS and just the hate, man. So many people hate each other these days. Stop chewing on my glasses. Dog's chewing on my liver cheese glasses. Come on, bro. I did take a 500 milligram gummy about probably about 15 minutes ago. So we're going to wait for that to kick in. Would you choose? What's up, Vladimir? Vladimir, I break you. I'll break you. I break you. Goonies or Stand By Me. You know my answer to that, bro. Goonies. Would you choose Chuck Norris or Steven Seagal? That's easy, bro. Chuck all the way. 500 milligrams, no way at all. Why, you don't believe me? Superior Oranges? It's a 500 milligram, bro. I got all the. In Tennessee, they banned all the really high potency THC gummies on July 1st. So I made sure I went out and bought a bunch of them before they took all our fun time away. What up, CK New Jersey? How you doing, man? I promise, Super Oranges. I'll show you the container if you don't believe me. 500 milligrams. No, it's not true, man. It's not true. Super Oranges. Look, it's the THC gummies are not. First off, I have a higher tolerance level for it, but second off, they're always really strange. Like something can say it's 1,000 milligrams. I have 1,000 milligram gummies. They're called Smacked. I rarely take them. When I do take them, I usually take half of one. But Yeah, they're not that bad. 500 total. No, 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 no. Okay. Okay, super oranges. I'm going to show you. Hang on. All right, you jerky face. You didn't believe me. You didn't believe me, so I had to come back. Oh, probably can't hear me. Nah, you didn't believe me, so I had to go get it. Okay. First one's first. It's called Looper Gummies. Mango gelato, 10,000 milligrams, and there are 20 pieces, 10,000 milligrams. That's 500 milligrams each, right there. Now, they make these too. It's called Smacked Tropical Fruit, 15,000 milligrams for 15 gummies, 1,000 milligrams each per piece. See it? There it is. So ha ha. You need to see that bottle. You just saw it, bro. Oh, Keeper, you worked at Dollywood? No doubt. What years did you work? Oh, Keeper, I got to ask you real quick. What years did you work at Dollywood? Because we might have some of the same circles. I knew a kid. He's still in. He doesn't work at Dollywood anymore, but he still does shows around Pigeon Forge. Name was T.C. Barnett. T.C. Barnett. He was a musician, and he came over to me in Nashville. We worked at Bass Pro Shops, and he came over to me one day, and he was talking about how, man, I got an opportunity, but you're probably gonna. Everybody thinks it's stupid. I was like, okay, what's that opportunity, TC? And he told me, he said, I can have a full-time job and move to Pigeon Forge to sing at Dollywood. And I said, okay, what are you waiting on? I said, well, what are you getting here in Nashville? You're not doing anything with your music, so go ahead and take that job. And he took that job. And I went and visited him years later. And I'm not saying I was the one who convinced him to take the job, but I was a big influence in his life. He was scared. He didn't want to, he'd never left Nashville. He had lived in the same area most of his life. So when a younger person, when they're talking about moving across the state of Tennessee to a new job and a new life, they're nervous. He didn't have his parents weren't around him in Nashville. So I boosted his confidence, got him up there in Nashville, and he wound up getting married, and he's into knives or something now. Maybe you know the name T.C. Barnett. He was a hell of a singer. I do not like that method of marketing. Uh, Good Lord, I get whacked on 50 milligrams. Depends on the on the weed used to make it. No, super oranges. The thing about them is, no, they're that's it's highly unregulated. It's highly unregulated. You could ask Tyson, Tyson the sub, or not the sub, the mod who comes in all the time. You could ask him one night. I took a 100 milligram. I didn't think it was going to be nothing because I was used to taking 500 milligrams. I took a 100 milligram of a different brand of gummy, and it messed me up twice as much as my 500 milligram gummies. So, the regulation on these things, it's kind of hit and miss. It's hit and miss. That's why if these in particular, these loopers, I'm going to miss these because these were our go-to. They were $40 for 20 pieces of them, makes them $2 a gummy. And yeah, they were. These are the ones that we always go back to. They seem to be pretty consistent. He worked there from 2019 to 2023. Oh well, he was before that. He might have still been there in 2019, but AJ, I get that, brother. I get it. We've talked about that on here a lot, man. Fentanyl, they're not going to be putting in the gummies. There would be no reason to do that. It's simply THC. It's all they're doing is they're dickering around with the molecules of weed. They're changing some things. They make them now where they make a kind of synthetic weed that's legal that it's changed just a little bit, so it's not classified as weed. But apparently, when you light it up, it's just like weed. So there's crazy stuff going on out there with those drugs, and I get what you're saying about fentanyl. Fentanyl's scary as hell. I wouldn't go near that either. But I honestly think with the gummies, I don't think I hadn't heard of anybody dying from fentanyl overdose from a gummy. Not saying it's never happened, but I haven't heard about it. We worked in housing and grounds. We used to call ourselves the dogs of Dollywood because we did all kinds of shit there. I love Dollywood. I like Dollywood a lot. I'm going to tell you why. No, I know AJ, but I don't think that. What I'm saying is, the fentanyl is not going to be a cheaper solution for them with gummies. I think that when they use fentanyl, they use that as a cheap alternative, and I don't think gummies are really in a bad spot right now because there's terrible stuff going on in gas stations. They call it gas station heroin. And the one we've talked about it in here many times because I've warned you guys. There's one because I've had it before, and I took it one time. I had a toothache. And when you're poor and you don't have pain medicine, that's what you do. I went up there and I could have got a gummy, and I was like, "What's that?" And the guy said, "Oh, that's for pain." And I was like, "Okay, give me that." And I took one of those, and I'm going to tell you, man, I have taken Percocet in the past, so I know what Oxy feels like. And that 7-tab, that's what it was called, felt just like Oxy. And I knew immediately, I was like, this ain't right. This ain't right. Plus, it makes you real nauseous. You can't. And the person that worked there told me, stay away from that stuff. Every gummy place I've been into has told me the same thing. Steer clear of that 7-tab. Now, I know it's been banned in a lot of states. I think Georgia, it's still legal. But if you ever see that, a 7-tab, it just says 7-tab and it's just a little round, don't do it. That's the kind of stuff that some commercial weed growers use dangerous chemicals, pesticide to grow weed. Yeah, I know that. But to be honest, Super Oranges are using TikTok. I am using TikTok. Adrian. Thank you. That scares the crap out of me. Yeah, it should. It should. It's a scary thing, AJ. Yes, I met Dolly Parton too, along with a few other stars like Billy Ray Cyrus, Jimmy Fallon. I also met Crystal Gale and Tanya Tucker. Miley Cyrus is a bitch. That doesn't surprise me. I heard him say steer queer. Steer clear. No, just use common sense. I mean, anything you buy out of a convenience store, you might want to. But gummies have been around a little bit longer. I'm not saying there's not bad ones out there. I'm not pushing the use of it on you guys. It's everybody has their own individual preferences and stuff. Like me personally, I don't drink. I mean I do from time to time, but it's a rare event. I don't like the way it makes me feel the next day. The gummies don't do that. I don't wake up with a hangover. And for a while, I was having real problems sleeping. So I was using them to help me sleep. I think let's go Grizzlies. It's like the Grizzlies are up by 11 with 3 minutes left. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. But I want to go back to what I was saying, Keeper, about Dollywood. I got off track there a little bit. Dollywood's super cool. And there's a lot of reasons Dollywood's super cool. Okay. First off, Dolly Parton, don't anybody ever mutter a bad word about Dolly Parton around liver cheese. Because them's fighting words. That is a good woman. She's a fantastic woman. She's an American treasure. Right up there with Mr. Rogers. I mean, she's known for her kindness. What I really love about her, though, and what I really love about Dollywood is you go to Dollywood and you'll see you'll see Christian things here and there. But it's nothing that smacks you in the face. They're not like obnoxious about it. Dolly just kind of throws out little scripture quotes that are good quotes from the Bible. Is the good stuff. She never talks about other religions. She never does any of that, and that's why I love Dolly. Dolly understands what it means to be an American. Dolly understands that freedom of speech. I love her to the core. All right, let me read some of this. Sorry, guys, got a little behind. That tends to happen. We hadn't even started the game. We're going to start the game right after this. I am in a legal state, but still buy weed from my buddy who grows in the ground. I don't blame you at all for that, AJ. Drinking alcohol has a high skill cap, and I'm not skilled enough for regular alcohol use. Adrian, that's a nice quote, man. It's a nice quote. Tells me a lot about you. Tells me a lot about you, brother. Adrian, all good, all good. You're a high level of thinker. Okay, you figured out enough about yourself to understand that okay, maybe this is something I shouldn't dabble with. Now, Adrian, there's not many people that reach that level of critical thinking and 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 just self awareness. So for you to be able to say that, it's nothing but love for you there, man. And you shouldn't feel bad about that at all. That's one of those things that we don't even know really. We know if you have a gene for alcoholism that it can be rough sledding, but we don't know everything about our genes and what we inherit as far as addiction. So thank you for that wonderful quote there, Adrian. And I feel your struggle, brother. Hello, steer clear of Everclear. Hey, Oath Keeper, do you watch the Everclear guy? there's a there's a Gen X Everclear guy. He puts up shorts all the time where you just got to you know who I'm talking about most likely. He uh, shows a clip of somebody trying to drink a shot of Everclear without putting an expression on their face. Yeah, Everclear's nasty. I will tell you one thing though about Oath Keeper about Everclear. There was a time in my life when I lived in Bernie, and I was really having problems sleeping. And we had I don't know why, but there was like this much Everclear in a bottle. There's a giant bottle. It was like this much in there. So I would go in there and I would take I'm talking just barely an ounce, not even an ounce, and I'd mix it up real good, and I'd drink that. It tastes like shit, but you know what? It knocked me out. It helped me sleep. Um, but yes, you don't want to drink it not mixed. New York, we can grow and ensure no chems and organic. Dolly is awesome. Dolly Stampede was my favorite. I've never been to that. I've seen videos of people who've been to that. Uh, and actually, T.C. Barnett was in that show for a while, and so was his wife. You're damn right. Dolly Parton is a good woman. The way you see her on TV is the way she is in real life. Yes, there's nothing phony about her. Yeah, yeah, that's what I'm talking about, man. There's certain people that you can talk to them immediately, and within a minute of talking to them, they're the real deal. They're the real deal. Nothing phony about them. They believe in what they say. She stands behind what she says. She does not like uh, negativity and bitterness and people jumping, ganging up on each other. She's all about kindness. She's all about teaching kids to read. I mean, I could go on and on about her, and it's going to be a hard day when we do lose her. I'm not looking forward to that. I feel safer in this country with Dolly being out there. God knew little Annie would be lonesome with her gone. Now Sandy and her puppy dog will never be alone. Yeah, she's a great woman. I have a scheme. There are a bunch of Filipino streamers on here, and they all have fighting roosters. We can go over to Philippines and breed super roosters and take over the fight rings. Is that true? Is that really a thing, Jay? Do that would piss me off. If I found out about that, that would make me so mad. Why would people do that to animals, man? Fight animals. What the hell? Um, Tincture is another way to go. Made with Everclear, just soak the bud and strain. Yeah, used to drop a shot of Everclear in my hard apple cider. That's what I'm talking about. Everclear. I mean, it's a bad thing. It's we relate it to our college years or to our younger years where we were young, dumb, and full of cum. We did dumb things. Uh, it could be okay. You just can't abuse it. You can't. Everclear will it will put you in the ground if you're not careful with it. I don't play Among Us. I need to. I know a lot of people play that game. Oh, yeah. I watched Everclear. The Everclear died. Definitely, they all have fighting roosters. Her and brother Randy was a good man too. Yeah. By the way, is that your art? No, it's not my art. My art would be similar to that. I do abstract stuff, but no, that's not mine. Found it at Goodwill. Found a bag of these. I was at Goodwill one day and I found a bag of these little squares, and it looked like maybe they come from a knitting class or a sewing class or something somewhere. And I was like, I got to take these. I can do something with these. I've still got a bunch of them left. I was going to cover up the entire wall with them. Um, so that was a cool day, to find something like that and find a use for it. Because if I hadn't picked it up, it was going straight to the trash. They would have thrown it all out. She loves veterans too. Yeah, yeah. I almost said Delata. That's my wife's name. Dolly is something else. She's great. Was told we are all angels of God made flesh, and that we used to fight the dinosaurs like roosters, which is why God made us all do this, so we would learn mercy from suffering and death. No, I guys, I can't get involved with this war that's going on over there. We lost 2 Americans today. I want to go ahead and give a shout out to, or rest in peace to those 2 soldiers we lost today. I'm just over it. I'm over wars. I'm over fighting. I'm especially over fighting about religion. More people have died on this planet uh, in wars over religions, values, and things about religion than any other wars in the entire history of humankind. So, so my question becomes: I'm agnostic, okay, but I don't. We talk about it, I don't deny religious people their beliefs as long as it makes them a good moral person. That at the end of the day, that's what's important. How you got there, I don't care. Uh, but yeah, I'm sick of it, man. I'm just tired of it. Everybody is acting like the Israel thing. I'm not going to give an opinion on Israel. All I'm going to say is I feel like we're fighting their war. I, I, I mean, what are we benefiting from it? And I saw today where he's going to let Saudi Arabia have a nuclear program. It's going to help them have a nuclear program. Now, I have a bit of an issue with that because 9 of the 11 terrorists who flew planes into the World Trade Center were from Saudi Arabia. So, yeah, I don't like that move. I don't think that's a good move. Triple X moonshine, 125 plus to go down smooth, but once it hits your belly, you feel warm all over. Yeah, man. Yo, what's up, Smokey and the Bandit? What's up, man? All right, Grizzlies played for the Summer League Championship tomorrow night against the Lakers or Golden State. I'm very excited. I know it's just Summer League, but we got a lot of good young players. Sorry, guys. My beagle knocked my stuff off. Beagle out. Go away. Go away. You're not part of the live stream. Go. The 195 stuff will whiten your teeth. All right, let's play. Let's play a game. Who's ready to play a game? All 4 of us. All 3 of us. All 8 of us. All 5 of us. All 2 of us. All 3 of us. Um, can I share something with y'all? Just really quick before we get started. All right, I'm going to tell y'all a story. Not a story, but I had an image today. I had a vision, or today and last night. I A lot of y'all aren't going to want to hear this, and I understand that a lot of y'all aren't going to want to hear this. But I also want to tell you, take a deep breath. Take a deep breath before you go off tilt. I don't think any of you guys will. Maybe. Here's what I think is going to happen, guys. I think that AOC is going to be our next president. I just do. I I saw something today that I read, a couple of things, and I hadn't even thought about that. Who are you, Snake Jack? Yeah, now you know what I'm talking about, right, AJ? Yeah, that's going to be, guys. If And who are you, Snake Jack? Just tell me who you are, man. It's fine. I'd really like to know if I went to school with you. I don't run across many people who come in here who went to school with me. Uh, yeah, AJ. So you see what I'm talking about? It's going to be crazy. I have no idea what he's trying to do with the midterms. I don't know. I'm worried about it, but part of me's not worried about it. Uh, she will never win unless cheating, but right now Trump making the laws correct again. Here we go, Smokey. My hand, I'd say 90% of the people that live. Smokey, here's why I'm going to tell you. AOC, I think's got a real shot of winning. The Democrats right now are some of them are starting to line up against her, and we've already had that. I said we. I'm not Democrat, progressive. They already did that with Bernie. It's already happened once. They ran Bernie off and gave us Hillary, and none of us wanted Hillary. It's not going to happen again, and that's what they're attempting to do right now. They're setting up the groundwork for it. The Democrats don't want her. The Republicans definitely don't want her. And the reason the Democrats don't want her is because it's two sides of the same coin. The Democrats who don't want people like AOC and Bernie are the ones who are taking money from the billionaires up top. So, what do we do about that? Eventually somebody's going to we're going to have a candidate that's not going to take money from corporate interests. So, you know, do we blow the whole system apart? I'm pretty sure they're not going to let them get away this time with not having the candidate that the Democrats really wanted. They didn't want Hillary Clinton. They wanted Bernie Sanders. But the powers that be said, no, 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 no. Bernie Sanders talks bad about us. Well, yeah, because you're taking money from corporations. Bernie laid down for Hillary, though he had the nomination. Exactly, exactly. She's brain dead. I don't. America is still misogyny. Carpe diem. I agree with you 100% on your statements about America being misogynistic and racist. There's no doubt about that. But just try to imagine it, Carpe diem. Okay, we had Barack Obama as president, and because one and Barack Obama being president is one of the reasons we got Trump. That's one of the reasons we did get Trump, that type of candidate. So, would it not be fitting and almost karmatically correct to see after this last 10 years, 8 years, whatever it's been, where people are only governing for one side, to see that just get trashed by an outsider candidate who talks like a normal person. Yeah, she's got a lot of being a woman is the main thing. Being a woman is the main problem she has. However, with this environment the way it is, I don't think it's going to matter. That's just my take on it. Bernie would have won. Trump is going to invalidate as many votes as he can, guaranteed. All of them on the same side. To an extent, you're right about that, Smokey. To an extent, you're right about that. That's what I said. They're that part. They're both sides of the, or they're both on the same side, or two sides of the same coin. When it comes to that, now one side absolutely takes a lot more than the other. There's no doubt about that. 100%. The red side takes more corporate money than the blue side. But there's a lot of it going on the blue side too. And when you try to point it out, they oh no no no. I mean it's clear as day. The candidates like Mandami are the ones who are trouncing the other ones in the elections because they're saying the right things. They're not talking about fear. They're not talking about any of that. They're talking about taxing billionaires. Y'all remember, I told you guys over and over and over, the candidate that comes up with the they run on the platform of taxing billionaires, that's the winning candidate in this environment we're in right now. So it behooves me to see Democrats trying to run away from that. I think they should embrace it. I think the only way that you get real change is when you do those scary moves. So fuck it, let's do it. I don't care. Can't get much worse than it is right now. I got to trim this up. Honestly, I don't care if the next president was green with purple polka dots as long as they fight for all Americans. Thank you, Carpe Diem. Thank you very much. I really don't care about who they are, but what actions they take for the people. Exactly. We've been playing politics for too long, man. We drape ourselves in one color or the other. And we're not guys, we're so much more than that. It's okay in your life if you voted for Democrats one time and you voted for Republicans another. That just all that means is that you're a critical thinker. So that's not a bad thing. A lot of people say that's a bad thing. Oh, you flip flop. Oh, I voted red all my life, or I voted blue all my life. Come on, guys. That's makes zero sense. It makes zero sense to me. They'll just leave the country. The billionaires, good, good, good. They can leave. We don't need them here anyway. We're finding out more and more about how Trump's got a lot to do with these AI plants that have gone up everywhere without the public approval of the people who live in the area. Yeah, he's decided he's going to just jam these things down your throats. Fuck it if you have a $600 utility bill. Fuck it if you run out of drinkable water. I mean, guys, and I mean, look what's going on up in Canada right now. They got that wildfire, and what's Trump doing? Blaming Canada for it. What are we doing? What are we doing? If that same wildfire happened here in the United States, we wouldn't be able to put it out either. I'm so sick of this, man. So sick of us saying, well, we could do it like that. They don't do it the right way. You know what, man? If you don't think that there's real climate change going on, I don't know what to tell you. Okay, your sons and your daughters and all that, they're going to have 120-degree-day summers. I'm not going to be here. I'll be long gone. I'll be long gone. And if I think, I'm not naive. I know I'm not going to convert anybody here tonight. But I mean, how many different summers do we have to have higher temperatures before we look at each other and go, there could be something wrong with our weather. Mike, I'm full of hate. Okay, Mike, explain. Let's talk about what I'm hateful for. You're right. I am full of hate. I'm full of hate for racists. I'm full of hate for homophobes. I'm full of hate for white nationalists. I'm full of hate for terrible people, selfish people. So if that's the kind of hate that I have, I'm glad to have it. I'll continue to have it, Mike. Sorry, bro. You thought I was going to deny that? No, I'm not going to deny that. Yeah, I don't like a whole lot of you motherfuckers out there. Canada is huge and many mountains. They have the Canadian Rockies. I'm in Memphis, Tennessee, and we're going to get that smoke. Memphis, Tennessee. We're expected to get that smoke tomorrow. Not only that, on Tuesday, we have a high of 103 degrees in Memphis, Tennessee. What have we done? What have we done to ourselves? We can sit here, we can point fingers and blame each other 500 times. Uh, I don't know why I came up with that number, but we can point we can point fingers and blame each other over and over, constantly, consistently, over and over and over. But guess what? It ain't fucking helping the problem. All right. It doesn't matter how we got to the place we got to. Well, I mean, it does, so we don't do it again. But It's not like we're going to find everybody that we think did it and chastise them for the rest of their lives. No, it's just time. It's time to address the problem. Why do we have such an issue in this country with addressing problems? We always want an instant, temporary fit, something instant. We want to put a band-aid on the problem. We never want to fix the problem. And I'm just done. I'm done with that, man. It sucks being a critical thinker in a dumb fucking world. It sucks. Because things that you see and you know are common sense, other people don't see them. I mean, it's not fun. It's not fun. Memphis Blues, Delta Blues. It's not about being a woman. AOC is a moron. Oh, well, I heard she has a college degree, which says otherwise. So, you know, when they say they want to start taxing billionaires, it will trickle down to millionaires, and eventually, well, Oath Keeper, I don't care. I don't care. We've done everything else. Time to do that. Time to do that. We've done everything else. We've heard about trickle down for 40, all my fucking life. I've heard about it. I've never had shit trickle down to me. All right. So all that's done. It's all done. We want change and we're going to get change. The days of billionaire freeloaders are over. They're over. In the 50s, we taxed them at 90%. Anything over 500,000, we taxed at 90%. How many billions and millions do you need? This is about selfish people. It's about selfish fucking people at the end of the day. And that's all it's really about. Are you a selfish person? Because there ain't unlimited money to go around, goods to go around for everybody. There's not unlimited slices of the pie. Why have y'all fucking set me off on a Saturday night? And I mean, you don't have to agree with me, but my track record's pretty fucking accurate. I don't know of many things I've said over the last 2 years that had this channel that haven't been true. They've all come true, every damn one of them. Every one of them. All of them. Oh, I did get one wrong. I said that by July, gas would be $5 a gallon. I got that one wrong. So it just comes a point where you don't keep doing the same fucking things over and over and over and over and over and over. You're beating your head against the wall. And everybody says it's impossible. It's impossible to change it. No, it's not. Americans overnight could force billionaires to pay more taxes. Americans overnight can hit billionaires in their pocketbook if we could ever all get on the same page. Well, the 70% of us that aren't billionaire ball lickers, that is. Exactly, they're freeloaders. Elon gets $8 million daily from U.S. taxpayers, and that's not even counting tax cuts, write-offs, and other subsidies. Yes, he does. And what do? They talk about what you can and can't buy with your safety net food, with your SNAP. They tell you can't buy your kids sodas. I'm telling you, man, if you really line up all the facts of what's happened, and you ain't mad as hell, then you ain't breathing, brother or sister. I'm on one now. Of course not, O'Keeper. Of course not. But who are the ones that are causing all the fucking strife right now? Answer me that one. Riddle me that one. This is not an attack on white people. I'm white. Proud to be white. But I'm also a critical thinker who understands that what my ancestors did don't have shit to do with me. Right? You need to use the term millionaires. There are only 1,000 billionaires in the U.S. and 3,500 in the world. Brad, there are 25 millionaires. Well, wait, who voted against collective bargaining? Who was responsible for union busting? What party puts the narrative of trickle down economics? Who voted for their own demise? You need to use the term millionaires. The only problem with that, AJ, look, man, I did a protest freaking a year and a half ago where I took a sign out that said "Eat the Rich," and you know I was well ahead of the curve because people did not know what the hell that sign meant. They did, you know, and when I explained it to them, they were like, "Oh, okay, I get it." But they were like, what do you mean by rich?" See, that's the whole thing. You can't scare any American making 40,000 a year in this country that's a bubba. They're going to think that they're going to be a millionaire one day, unless these stupid Democrats come in here and stop that from happening. They were sold an American dream that was a fucking lie, and here we are. So I got to be careful when you say "eat the rich," because old Bubba or Sam down there on the corner working at the dining the tire shop or whatever, you know, yeah, he likes that idea that in America you can become a millionaire. I want all Americans to become millionaires. Wouldn't that be glorious? But they've run this narrative that minorities are trying to take all that away from, and it's just not true. In the 50s, our middle class was built from taxing millionaires at 90%. That's how the best, biggest middle class in the world was ever was built was right there. And then we went away from it. We started licking billionaire balls, and here we are. And that's my TED talk for the night. All right, let's play a game. Let's play a game. Here we go. I'm gonna play a game with y'all tonight. Now remember, guys, I gotta be real careful. I can't do any. I want to show you videos and play you songs and music. I want to do all that for you, but YouTube don't like that. So you know, YouTube's afraid somebody's gonna make a buck. It's gonna make a buck somewhere they don't know about. So YouTube. Oh, it's a good one. America's middle class was built on progressive principles. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Most Americans know about the Great New Deal. These were policies put forth by FDR. Newsflash: they were all progressive policies. GI Bills, Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, Medicare, unemployment insurance. I mean, we're already, everybody talks about socialists. We are kind of a socialist nation. I mean, you can call it whatever you want to. We take care of each other. That's what a country's supposed to do. We're supposed to help up the worst of us, hand out or hand up. We reach out, we let them, the safety net's there for a reason. They have demonized the safety net now. They've demonized the safety net, our safety net, which keeps kids from fucking starving. They have demonized. Yet they will not go after a billionaire because they have so many fucking tax loopholes that they can get away with paying 10% of their salary, where a teacher pays 20 something percent of their salary. When did we get lost? When did that happen? And the thing that's so infuriating about it is, if you could convince the people on the other side who are fighting so hard to not tax these billionaires, you know who you are. If you could help them understand that the minute that we fucking tax these billionaires the way they're supposed to be taxed, it's going to help me. But guess what? It's going to help you too. It is absolutely going to help you too. And if there's a Democratic candidate out there who ain't running on that, then they're a moron, a complete and utter moron. They need to be going to these farms and these small towns and letting them know and telling them, hey, man, are you tired of struggling? I'll do okay. Well, you do okay, but I mean, what's really okay? Let's talk about that for a minute. And then let them know, oh, well, look, you could be doing a lot better. And you should be doing a lot better. And you have to do nothing except vote this way. That's what's going to win the election. I hear a lot of people talk about how AOC's dumb. Something they don't talk about with AOC? She's beautiful. Beautiful woman. Beautiful. Doesn't have manly features. That's a plus. Um, I, I just think she's very pleasant on the eyes. And I think that's her wild card. And I'm going to tell you why. I watched a video last night. She was in Memphis last night. Hear me out for 1 second and we'll shut the hell up about politics completely. I'm just giving you, from an outsider point of view, what I see and what I'm comparing it to. All right. Okay, so there's a girl here in Memphis. She's on Facebook a lot. She's not like she's an activist. She is a white lady. She's not like nutty activist. She's just regular activist. Black people have the same rights as other people. Gay people have the same rights as other people. She ain't one of these trans athletes with playing on the field with girls. She ain't. It's she's left, but she's not loony left. Okay, so I watched a video. This girl was talking about how she was so excited to finally see AOC, and she was hoping she could meet her. And she put that before. After it was over, she put up a video where she was over on where AOC was walking through the crowd. They had put up a railing for her to get through, and she was right there on the edge. And AOC comes by her, and she kind of doesn't see her. And this woman reaches out and kind of touches AOC. And AOC turns around with the biggest smile on her face, grabs the lady's hands, and you can see her just, she was acknowledging whatever it was this lady was saying to her with a realness to her. There was something solid and real about it. I saw it. And when I saw her do that one thing, because this person's a nobody, she did that to, it made me think of another thing. It took me back to when I saw Barack Obama, when I saw him debating. And then after the debate, this is before he got elected, he stayed in that room. He stayed in that room and talked to the candidates. And John McCain left. Okay, so that's why you had that big movement. People saw that. They saw it. They knew Obama was real. And they knew that this was something a little different. He was really acknowledging every single person. They said he waited in that room until he shook every single hand that night. He was there 3 hours after McCain left. All right. So if you think those things don't matter, you're gravely mistaken, because they do matter. And I saw that look on her face when she did that little video, and I was like, she's going to win. If they nominate her, she's going to win. I mean, y'all can flame me all you want to, man, and you got to look at what the other side's going crazy about to know what's moving the needle. And they're going crazy about the candidates that they think are socialist Democrats. It's moving the needle, which means they're scared. So, you know, All right, I've missed a lot of comments, guys. Oh, let's see here. We'll get to the gummy games eventually, won't we? Shit. I tend to be very suspicious of our elected officials. The amount of money spent on political advertising versus income makes clear they are. Um, all of them are someone in someone's pockets, no exceptions. AJ, I I want to agree. I mean, I agree with you, but in my heart, I don't want to. In my heart, I still feel like there's certain candidates who, you know, you're not going to be able to get them the way you've gotten other candidates. AOC, if she declares, she needs to declare Pete Buttigieg as her running mate. That's the ticket that I think wins 2028. I'm so over cult of personality. I want boring, quiet, and efficient. Yes, Carpe Diem. Exactly. A person of consequence. Obama was a salesman selling snake oil. Oh, come on, Smokey. Come on, man. Come on. Smokey, can you, let me ask you something, Smokey. Can you give me one compliment? One compliment about Obama. I'm going to give the floor to you, Smokey. Give me one compliment about Obama, and we'll see how serious a person you are about wanting to debate about this. She wouldn't stand a chance versus Vance. You think people like JD Vance? Bro, JD Vance comes across as a cuck boy. He comes across as a cuck boy. Definitely a beta. So, I mean, if that's what you want as your candidate, okay. You got no personality at all. Like when he makes a joke, it's like that was so cringe. Yeah, I would disagree with that, man. I think Vance is a terrible candidate. I think he's a terrible candidate. But you be you. I think the candidate. If here's what I think. If well, we're going to see what's going to happen after midterms. It's going to tell us a lot. But what I think is going to happen is the candidates the Republicans are going to put forth are going to be more like John McCain. They're going to be more old school conservative values. And that's what they need to do. That's absolutely what they need to do because they have lost a shit ton of their voters, as we like to say in the country. A shit ton. I like that Vance isn't scared to talk about anything at all. He's not plastic and fake. I disagree. But, that's opinions. Opinions are like assholes. Everybody's got one, right? We'll just put the cards on the table and see what happens. Ain't that right, Smokey and the Bandit? You're still my brother. You're still my brother. If I wake up tomorrow and Trump has died and they've made Stephen Miller president of the United States, Smokey and the Bandit, you're still my brother. All right, you're still my brother. Let's get it. Let's get it. That's what it's about. That's what it's about. That's what it's about. What's up, Lady Lonely Wolf? Lady Lonely Wolf. We're just in here talking about life and people and how people can have disagreements and still be friends and still respect one another. Isn't that a novel idea there? Lady Lonely Wolf? What do you think? If we had an election today, I would vote Vance, but Trump will run again. Trump's not running again. Don't look, Smokey. Do you want this to be a good, fun Saturday night, or do you want this to be a Saturday night where it goes completely off the rails and we get nasty liver cheese? I'd rather leave nasty liver cheese caged up at the moment. That's just me. I want to bring out carefree, chill, I love you to the end of the earth liver cheese. That's the one I want. So don't make me bring out the other one by saying stupid shit like Trump's going to run in 2028. That's all. All right, what do we got? I miss John McCain. Didn't agree with all his policy, but he was a man of integrity. Absolutely, carpe diem. He absolutely was. He will always have respect. Carpe diem. You're making some fantastic points tonight. Thank you. Uh, all you got to do is go back debate, to the debate where the old lady stood up and said, "Oh, Obama, he's a Muslim," and the way McCain handled it, he handled it like a human being. You know, he could have run with it. He could have went, "Yeah, yeah, you're right. Yeah, yeah, lady," but he didn't. He said, "No, ma'am, no, ma'am." He patted her on her back, and he said, "He's not a Muslim. We just he's a very good human being or man. We just happen to have differences of opinions." Wow, wow, fantastic, John McCain, fan fucking tastic, brother. That's good stuff, man. That is good stuff. That's a person I would vote for. So I agree with you 100% Carpe Diem, and he was absolutely an American hero who unfortunately had his name run through the mud by a fucking con man. How dare you? How dare you talk about John McCain that way? You disgusting worm. An American hero. If you even read half of the stuff that he went through, and your orange ass wouldn't have said a damn thing about him. I like heroes who don't get captured. Look at my dumb ass. Man, I'm gonna tell you. Man. Karma, I've always known karma at the end of the day finds its way home. Always. And I just hope whoever my maker is allows me to be present on this planet when he finally gets his fucking karma. Because it's going to be glorious. It's going to be the greatest thing I've ever seen in my life. And I've seen some big karma things happen that I've thought, whoa, I was lucky to see that happen. But yeah, it's coming. It's coming. Bad fucking humans like that. You don't worry about your God. Okay, don't worry about your God. Worry about karma. Ask Chode. Ask Chode, whatever the fuck his name was, the racist cowboy that's in jail right now. Ask him about karma. And let's also ask Jake Lang about karma. This little midget of a man can't even go anywhere anymore now without getting attacked on the street, and he wants to play a victim. Look at me, I got attacked by the crazy left. Stop saying fucking racist bullshit. We've never liked Nazis in this country. Ever. I don't know why all of a sudden these people think all of a sudden we're just going to embrace Nazis. It ain't happening, man. America is a multicultural country. It will be a multicultural country when I die. It will be a multicultural country 200 years from now and 500 years from now. So, little white men who think you're losing your power, you better learn to live with other people or go extinct. It's your choice. You can say those things, Jake Lang, but then look what happens. And that's my TED Talk for the night. Don't remind me of what Trump said about John McCain, especially coming from that one. Yeah, that one pissed me off. A lot of things he does, I'm just like, whatever. That don't mean shit. They're just going to press a button when he gets out of office, and all that shit's going to go right back into place. What timing he has too. What timing he has, man. What the day of this California wildfire, which we've never seen in the history of the world at this time of year, that big, that out of control. Orange dickhead wants to tell the world, hey, we're cutting all EPA stuff. We're cutting it all. Companies can come over here and pollute their asses off. We can be just like China was 20 years ago when you couldn't walk outside the fucking house without covering your face up. And we can be like that again. It's just nonsense, man. It's complete and total nonsense what's happening in this country. This country's hijacked by 30% of the population. And they're trying to rig it so that they keep control, this 30%. Don't have nothing to do with white or black. Doesn't have nothing to do with white or Mexican. Has everything to do with class. All right? EPA's scam. Yeah. All the ones that help, all the ones that really help, they're a scam. You ever notice that, guys? All the programs out there that really help somebody in need, Trump attacks them. They're a scam. That's all a scam. Interesting. Interesting. All right, here we go. First question of the night. Okay, here we go. From from this point on, your car radio can only play one genre of music. All right, and you can only pick between one of these two. You can only listen to this from now on in your car. Every time you get in your car, you gotta hear this genre. Okay, them's the rules. Them's the rules. Take that down. Okay. So the genres are: would you rather have to listen to rap or country? Rap or country? You have to pick one. You have to pick one. This is a tough one. That's a tough one for me. It really is. It's tough. Thank you, sir, for trying to maintain a level of civility with people who endeavor in being uncivilized behavior believes the norms. It's tough. Your work is cut out for you, but I commend you. Thank you, Carpe Diem. That is the comment of the week. I do appreciate that. It means a lot to me that some people out there do actually understand what it is that I'm actually trying to do. I'm actually going to start a series where it's going to be called Turn a Troll. And I'll put it up probably in the mornings, and that's what it's going to be called. Turn a Troll. You come in, you troll me, and we talk, and I try to turn you. I know I'm setting myself up for some very, very good humor, but I think it could be good stuff. I really like the idea, and I think that I'm going to do that because not many people really delve into those kind of things and attempt to do those. I'm not saying I'm going to be successful, but even if I'm not successful, a lot of people are going to understand, wow, liver cheese can really take it. Oh, yeah, I'll take it all day. Go ahead. That's teed up, guys. Y'all could go ahead and just ream me. Why? No, you're not quick-witted enough tonight. I just gave you an easy one. I said, I'll take it all day. And nobody even commented. What the hell, man? It's a Saturday night, guys. Act like it. Hey, think the gummies are talking. YMCA by Trump. The double jerk off dance. I'd rather take a red hot poker to both ears than those two genres. Wow, yeah, it's tough for me. It's tough for me, and I'll tell you why. Hang on. Um, Sorry, guys. All right, it's tough for me because we when you say country, I'm thinking 80s, 90s, 70s. A lot of good 70s. But if you're talking about what they consider country today, Negatory, negatory, negatory. But it would be tough for me if every now and then I like to throw on some Johnny Cash. I like to hear some old school country. Elvira, Elvira, my heart's on fire. Elvira, giddy up, a boom bop, a mow mow. Giddy up, a boom bop, a mow mow. My heart's on fire, Elvira. I'm so sorry I put y'all through that. I'd rather a red hot poker both ears, German metal, and yes, I am black. Uh, Carpe, I wow. I mean, it's not something we even thought about. First off, but it's interesting because you say German metal and you like Ramstein, and yes, I am black. When you present it like that, I'm like, wow, interesting. Old country music or older rap either would be acceptable if I had to choose. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It would have to be older. It would have to be older. And I'm sure there's a lot of talented rappers out there today. Kendrick Lamar. I'm not taking anything away from those guys. It's just, man, I don't know. It's something about I get into time periods in my life where sometimes I'll listen to a lot of rap, and it used to be it was always after I broke up with somebody or somebody broke up with me. Most of the time, somebody breaking up with me. So I would put on these derogatory towards women, old school NWA songs, and Easy E and stuff like that. It's kind of like just a way to recover. I think. I liked a lot of the music. I think a lot of that music's very important, especially NWA, and the NWA is very important. But so I don't know. While I really respect the way they add what they used to. I don't. I mean, Kendrick Lamar still does, but a lot of rappers had a lot of politics in their music. And I love that, man. I love when people talk politics in their music because they're you can feel it. If they really went through that. If they're real about it, man, they can make you feel it. Like I remember first time I heard NWA and I heard "Fuck the Police," and I remember my mind being blown on so many levels. I just first off I was wow, why they're so angry, and then well, why are they so angry? Okay, so that right there, that was a positive thing for me from NWA because I questioned, well, why are they so angry? You know what I mean? And I started to delve a little more into American history and started figuring out why they're so angry. So I get it. A lot of that very, very important stuff. Them and God, who's the other ones? The pioneers of it. Public Enemy. Public Enemy. Very, very important. Um, but if I had to listen to one, I don't know. I think I'd probably go old school country if I could designate that it's old school. But that's just me. I fucking knew you were gonna go with Oak Ridge Boys. You didn't know that. You didn't. I haven't. I don't think I've done that one on here. I don't think I've done the Oak Ridge Boys. Maybe I have. I know that I've done. I thought about. I was either going to do that one or I was going to do Little Scarlet. She's as pretty as an angel when they swing or sing. I can't believe I'm out here on the front porch in the swing, just a swinging, swinging. Yeah, we was swinging, swinging. Hey, something about that song, man. It's so like descriptive when they talk about the brother sitting on the front porch eating chocolate pie. just random. I like it. I like it. I have a lot of questions when I hear that about the guy, her brother sitting on the porch eating chocolate pie. I always question it. I'm like, okay, well, is he? I don't know. I just picture him for some reason eating an entire pie, like with a fork, an entire pie, not a slice of pie. I don't know why my head goes that way. Maybe with a big giant spoon, scooping it out. Oh, yeah. And we was swanging, swanging. What's up, Mork the Orc 69? What a name! I remember you. I remember you. Remember yesterday, walking hand in hand. I think it'd be an interesting thought thought project or thing to try where maybe I could only respond with songs. You could ask me a question, and the only way I could respond, I'd have to come up with some kind of song or come up with a lyric that would make sense to go with it. I don't know, man. That's heavy. That's deep. A lot of people wouldn't get that. A lot of people wouldn't get it. We got Gold State Warriors and the Lakers on right now. Summer League. It's Summer League. There's no big names out there, but still something. I like the song "Victory" by Two Steps from Hell. Don't know that one, Lynn. If YouTube wasn't so mad at me, I'd go look it up right now. But you know what's been going on with that. My dad and I would enter the pie eating contest at the county fair every year and take our time. Free pie. Very smart stuff, Mork. That's why you're in here, man. That's what you call a critical thinker right there. He him and his dad would sign up for it. And I want to know if it was his idea, if it was dad's idea. But very smart, different way of thinking. A lot of people would go, "I'm going to win this." I'm going to get up there. It's a pie eating contest. But no, Mork's sitting there thinking, "Oh yeah, free shit. Yeah, take my time with it." Very good. I love it, man. I love it. I bet a few people do that. Never really thought about it, but keep skipping. Well, Smokey, if you that's because you're trying to do inflammatory stuff, brother. Talking about Trump running in 2028. I don't want to hear that, man. Why did the Mexicans start taking anti-anxiety medication? Because they were having Hispanic attacks. Oh wow, Tyson. When the heavy hitters come in, they always come. Sometimes they come in with just ready. He was ready with it, man. He brought it. Love it. It was definitely Dad's idea. LOL. That's a new age kind of music. New agey. My dad used to play songs from Pure Moods and Native American music. I bet that was nice. That was really nice, Lynn. I do that sometimes when I'm. You guys ever do that when you're trying to go to sleep? You can't sleep. Put on the problem is getting a set of headphones that you can actually try to lay down in, and just putting on soothing music off YouTube. I do that. It helps. Where would we be without guys? Can you imagine where we would be in this world without music? Let's really think about that. That's a. I would. I don't think I'd want to be here. I don't think I'd want to be here. The only reason I'd want to be here is animals. Animals. But you take away music, I can't even imagine it. I can't even imagine. Even animals respond to music. They really do. They respond to it. When we leave here and our dogs are back here, we always leave the TV on for them, and we always ask them, "What do you want to watch? You want to watch something action? You want to watch, And we'll put it either on an action movie channel or a romantic comedy movie channel, something. Sometimes we'll put it on the dog channel. They have a paid one now. I'm not going to pay for it. I would, but we just have too many subscription services already. Uh, but yeah, we they're human beings. So to me, wow, they are human beings to me, aren't they? Animals are. Animals are like humans to me. I don't think any animal should be treated. Wow, am I supposed to be in PETA? I don't think I am because I love meat too much. Oh, the struggles of life. All right, here we go. My great grandpa was a full blooded Cherokee. Not at all. That's just what I think it's going to happen. I'm honestly not trying to annoy. Appreciate it, Smokey. Check. What did the maxi pad say to the fart? Your wind beneath my wings. Oh my God. Tyson, I like the other one. That one kind of grossed me out, man. Not gonna lie, it's funny, but it's kind of disgusting. I don't know. I got a visual. I didn't mean to, but I did. My great grandpa was a full blood Cherokee. Nice win. I try to think if I've known many. I don't think I've known many Native Americans in my life. I definitely knew a couple in when I was in. That kind of makes you wonder, doesn't it? I knew a couple when I was in school. Absolutely, I was friends with a couple of them. Yeah, but you just don't see it. You don't see them out. I mean, we know why. I hate to. I didn't leave when you said things I didn't agree with, but I guess I'm not wanted here then. Smokey, Smokey, what are you talking about, man? Smokey getting into his feelings. What are you talking about, bro? I haven't left. What are you talking about? Maybe I missed a comment. I wasn't ignoring you. I promise. I promise, brother. I don't ignore people, man. I don't do that unless you're just really, really, really weird. Then I'll ignore you. But yeah, Smokey, calm down, man. Calm down, calm down. Relax, brother. Relax. We're all humans here. We all have the same heartbeat. What the hell does that even mean? All right. Yep. Yep. Gummy effect. Gummy effect. Gummy effect. Where Wolfie and Swan been? How dare I say relaxing? Yeah. Well, Wolfie, I talked to Wolfie. Wolfie came in earlier today. I was in here, or I was doing my morning rundown or whatever, my daily rundown, and he came on that for a second. I guess he was at work, and yeah, I think I saw him yesterday too. I think that was. I could be getting my days mixed up. Swan, I just figured the reason Swan hadn't been on here much is because I hadn't been doing many late nights. She'll pop back up. Swan's and relaxing. Well, unfortunately, I, I do think more and more that's very well what could have potentially went down with relaxing. We're not going to talk about that. We're going to try to maintain a positive attitude and just hope that he just sometimes people just go away. Sometimes people just disappear. Sometimes people don't want to be followed. Sometimes they just go. So and the people who do those things, unless you're leaving behind 18 kids, I don't I don't think that's a bad thing. I think follow your heart. Things that united people: music, food, nature, and women. Genitalia doesn't discriminate. Yep, 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 yep. I'm trying to do better. Smoky. Uh, well, I appreciate that, man. That's actually a Smokey. If that's a genuine comment there, if that is a real comment, then I highly appreciate it. Even if it's just out of respect for me, even if you're not really don't think that way, it still means something. It still means something. And it's it's about discussion and thoughts, planting seeds, and maybe people who might not look at that seed for a long time. They're in here 6 months, and then they maybe they go, well, let me think about that. Let me really look at that from try to see the way he sees it that way. And maybe you start to, oh, there's some things that yeah, I get, I understand. I don't know. I think it's a cool thing. It's never bad to talk, and most of the time it's not bad to argue, as long as you're arguing is it's the thing, man. It's how you get to the thing, to the place you need to be. You got to use this. Otherwise we're all just trying to kill each other. We're all fighting and on the streets and with swords and knives. I mean, come on, guys, right? Oh, you're trying to do better on YouTube. Now, all that heartfelt look, man, all that heartfelt stuff I just said, and he's gonna. Oh man, you should have just let me get away with it, Smokey. You don't have to embarrass liver cheese like that. Come on, man. Come on, I expect more from you. Yep, those seeds matter so much. Sowing seeds is why I have a good life. I think you're right on and making a large impact, larger than what you'll will ever know. But shadow use throw. What are you coming in here with all that stuff that's going to make me all sad? Those seeds grow in places and to sizes we can't imagine. They matter so much. That's incredible. Thank you for that. That's and I got a little buzz going, but I take those, man. That's good stuff. It's good stuff. You are high as fuck. A little. It's not really bad. It's not really bad yet. I'm not gonna stay over here all night, but all right, let's get on to another question. What did we answer that? Yeah, we kind of answered that one. Kind of answered that one. And Shadow, that I hope you're right about that. I have a poem that I wrote for my grandmother when she died about planting seeds. Uh, and when somebody plants a seed, they in someone's heart, when they pass on, they're not really gone. You know what I mean? That seed's growing in that person's heart. I know it's cheesy. Y'all don't flame me for it, okay? But I just think it's interesting that you come in here and talking about the seeds, and you acknowledge that you see the value in that, and that was so important to my dad, that I read that at his mom's funeral, and then and also read it at my dad's funeral. So thank you for that. Knew you were a good man. Look, man. Look, carpe diem. I do some things that aren't good. I mean, I'm a man. I do some dumb shit. I'm not. I don't ever want you to think that you guys think that I'm trying to lord over you with an ivory tower or anything like that. I don't want that, man. I don't like that. I don't like having to dress someone down in a chat. Who's really coming at physical features, or just being just too nasty about it. There's a way you argue. It doesn't have to get personal the way they make it. I don't know how I got to there, Carpe, but you'll find a lot of faults with me. Hang around. I don't, and if you see them, tell me, and I'll work on them if I think I need to work on them. Because we've always got something to work on, don't we? My grandmother collected elephant figurines, and she died of dementia. It's irony. That is kind of irony, isn't it? Ironic, isn't it? So, Lynn, is that one of the reasons elephants are dear to you? Well, I guess that's a stupid question. Yes, that's one of the reasons elephants are. But I still like for you to acknowledge it before I just assume something. No? Okay. But you do like elephants, right, Lynn?
I think you commented on the elephants in my zoo streams. We all do dumb shit. First off, until men understand the difference between love and lust, we do a lot of dumb shit. Not to mention, we all have a lot to learn in a very short amount of time given. That's, oh man, yes, you are feeding my soul, feeding my soul. Thank you. They're okay. Yeah. For me, it's either an elephant or a dolphin. I think dolphins are cool as hell. I gotta say though, Lynn, I gotta ask you, man. I I'm getting a little creeped out. I mean, there's something. Admit it, Lynn. There's a connection between me and Donkey Face and Donkey Face Juice. There's something different going on. I don't know what it is exactly, but we have tested them many times, and they have passed it. And the one we did at the zoo the other day, I don't know if you were in there watching it, Lynn. There, when I was on the live stream, and we finally got to Donkey Face. He was towards the end of the stream because I went the other way on the zoo. But I mentioned that hey, I'm gonna. It was a real thing. None of that shit's ever set up. It's live. It's got to happen live. So Donkey Face and Donkey Face Junior were getting a lot of attention. Yeah. Yeah, but so you saw me call him. I was like, "Hey, Donkey Face!" I didn't tell him to come here. I just went over and I said, "Hey, Donkey Face!" And he turned. And I don't know if I got it on camera, man, but he turned and he looked up at me, and then he started walking right towards me. And I started petting him, and then he started following me. And I started petting him more, and then Donkey Face Junior came over, and Donkey Face Junior was doing the same thing. And every time I walk away from them, those two guys are looking at me like liver cheese don't go. I I hate to say this. I hate to say this. I think that those two donkeys may be somebody that I knew in a past existence. That's the way I feel about those kind of things when they happen like that. I know you're going to call me nutty. I told you I'm a spiritual person. I'm agnostic, but I'm spiritual. Um, and a lot of people, you can call it selective memory. You can call it, well, you're looking for that, so you see it. I understand that part of the argument. I get that. I'm not trying to be naive about the whole thing. I'm trying to do a scientific experiment here as to why two donkeys act like they're my pets. It's very strange to me that they come over to me and they. I, I love it. I feel like I'm drawing energy when I'm petting them. I get so much joy out of it. Holy crap! I could have sat there for an hour. I had fur all over me, man. Donkey fur. I think it's just me and you, Lynn. I think I ran them all off with the talk about donkeys. Hello. Somebody's back. All right. Somebody came back. As long as there's two of us, three of us, four of us. Lynn, how you doing tonight? You doing good? I had a chance to talk to you. It's been a roller coaster ride, man. I'm bobbing and weaving and up and down and a little bit of everything tonight. When I was a kid, I saw them a lot, so I'm not shocked to see the dead. That's cool. It's a really cool response there, Lynn. Really, really cool. We don't know what the hell's going on. We don't know anything. We know nothing about ghosts at all. Nothing about. I mean, maybe a smidgen, but we don't know. There's a lot happening. A lot happening, and I think it all ties together at the end of the day. That's just my thought. I really do think it all ties together. I don't know how you feel about that, but what do you think, Dees? All tied together? Yep, yep, yep. I tell you, I look at my pets a lot. I bet I was wondering if you guys do this too. Ever since I was 5, I started seeing them. That's nuts, Lynn. Lynn, if you ever want to if you ever want to come over on here and talk about that kind of stuff, you know, I'd have you any day. All you got to do is press a button. But I get how some people don't. You don't have to be seen, but some people don't even like to be heard. Uh, so I get that. I'm just saying, you got some interesting stories. That's pretty interesting stuff. Um, I don't know, man. I just think we're all tied together some way, somehow. Every time that as I've grown up, back in 2008, I saw a shadow cat with human eyes and knew I was watching it. Oof, Lynn, some nightmares over here. Just kidding. I can take it. That's cool. That's really cool. I had some experiences when I was a kid too that I wonder. I wonder because there was there was at least two that I remember that I'm kind of like, man, that one, something wasn't right about that memory. It, yeah, I had a couple of weird things when I was a kid that I'm just like, no, I don't know. I look at my animals sometimes. I wonder if y'all do it, and they it's just the way they look into your soul sometimes, and you have to question like, do I know you somehow? I mean, do I? Maybe somehow do I know you? Maybe not from this life. Maybe from across the galaxy. Maybe I don't know. I have no idea. But I don't know, man. I just feel that way. As an empath, I feel that way. I feel it, man. I can really feel that when I'm looking at certain. It's not all animals, not all of them. Um, I guess if you look hard enough or try hard enough, you could find that. You could look and see that yourself. But even if you're just doing it yourself, what is it hurting? You know what I mean? If it's a positive thing to you, if it's a positive thing to you, then yeah, believe that stuff, believe it. Yeah, sometimes like with me it's Mose looks at me sometimes in a way that I'm just like, that, he really is trying to tell me something. Quite often he does that. Maybe he's trying to tell me. See, y'all are off tonight, man. You right there. You got to say he's trying to tell you that he's hungry because you decided to get high before you fed him, and now it's 3 hours late. No, I was responsible tonight. I fed the dogs before I came in. Very, very responsible. Hey, Beagle, Beagle, what are you doing? Okay, you guys are starting to annoy me, which probably means you want to go outside. Give me a couple more minutes. Relax, relax, relax. Go over there. I got to get these gummies off the bed. I got these bottles of gummy on the bed. I need to get them out of here because beagles can make things disappear. And not only that, beagles could probably get into it. It would take her a while to get into it, but if a dog got into those gummies, it wouldn't be good. One of our dogs got a gummy one time. I think I've told that story before. Animals are keen on identifying peaceful souls. As humans, I believe we have this ability too. Until we get older and the voices of society drown out that sixth sense, mediation helps maintain. I like that. Let me think on that one for a minute. That was good. It it goes a lot with what I say about childlike wonder. You know how it's kind of the world just kind of uh, takes that away from us for a lot of different reasons. It'd be nice to have that, you know. My brother's girlfriend has a cat that is skittish. I came over and he came over by me and was all over me. My brother was surprised. That's my dad. That's all my dad used to get was beagles. So okay, so you were talking about. So you think that too, Penny? That that could be. There could be something to that. I mean, it could be dead relatives. It could. I don't know. I don't know, man. But I don't know. I just have a bond with animals that it's. I don't know. It's just different, man. It's different. They especially dogs and cats. They need you. Cats don't need you. Cats. No, I love cats too. I love cats too. I used to be a cat person. Became a dog person as I got older. But I'm both persons. I was in Arizona one time and someone's dog jumped the fence. Someone's dog jumped the fence and ran straight towards me. When it got to me, my ex tried to block me, but I bent over and started petting it, and the owner came out running. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Yep. Lynn, you know, you know. I'm that way with dogs too. I remember when I was I worked in surveillance at Bass Pro Shops for a couple of years, loss prevention, and I remember it was cool because Bass Pro Shops let animals in. Dogs were allowed in Bass Pro Shops. It was never an issue. But looking around on cameras, when I'd find a pit bull, a big old pit bull, man, I would jump off that camera and get out on the floor, and I'd find that pit bull, and I'd go right over to him and grab him by the head, and the owner would look at me like, "Wow," and the owner would also look at me like, "You've owned pit bulls before, right?" Uh, there when you can. They're like humans. They're exactly like humans. You know what dog you can approach and what dog you can't approach. You know what I mean? It's the same thing. Yeah, it was a pit bull. It was the same thing with me. Same thing with me. Same thing happened to me. I went over and I did that, and the guy's like, "What the?" He just gave me double take. Like, really? I'm like, "Yeah, really, really." That dog ain't showing me any reason to be afraid for me to be afraid. When a dog shows me a reason, I'll be afraid. And even that, I love a good challenge. Rue, when I first met Rue was wanting to bite, to literally chew my head off in my hand. She was not good. It was not a good case. I knew when I go to the animal shelter and I do any videos for them, you know, you kind of have a sense, when you're walking through there as to what dogs even have an opportunity at all to get adopted. And there's got to be a lot of check marks that have got to be checked off. And when you go into a shelter and 90% of it is pit bulls, there's your first opportunity. Any other dog that's not a pit bull has a much higher chance of getting adopted. Much higher. Not even close. Not even close. And it's because of dog fighters and idiots who made those animals. People never talk about how they were called the nanny dog. Back in World War One, they fought in World War One. They were in the service. These are good dogs. Like they used to be America's dog, but now pit bull this, pit bull that, breed restrictions. And I'm just like, what are we talking about? Breed restrictions? What the fuck are you talking about, man? That's that's a civil rights violation, man. That shouldn't fly at all. Now you prove to me, they'll come up with numbers. Well, look at the numbers. Well, I mean, look, man, look at the number of dog bites. They're by little dogs. They're by little fucking dogs. They're not by pit bulls. Yeah, pit bulls are powerful. They kill more people. There's definitely more things that happen with a pit bull, but 99% of that is the owner. It's the owner. Point blank, the owner. Don't tell me about breed and all that. And any dog can have a what's called predatory a predatory sense. You know what I'm talking about, where they chase anything that's an animal and will get it. It scares the hell out of you to have a dog like that, because you never know. Well, do they know that's a dog? Are they going to go attack a dog? When you see them go after a squirrel or something, it's a fine line. Do you trust them after you go into your yard and see 5 dead moles? You know what I mean? I mean, dead, completely dead. What do y'all think? Should I trust them? Wow, that train went sideways. Oh, my best friend's dad. I don't know anything about dogs. My best friend's dad, when we were kids, had a Doberman. I was so scared of that dog. I remember Dobermans Dobermans are kind of scary. They make them make them look like that. You know, you ever see a Doberman with his ears not taped? When they don't tape their ears, it just looks like a mutt. It's those ears that make it like, oh, it's kind of like, oh, intimidating. But I've heard things about Dobermans. I always wanted a mini pincher. That was the kind of dog that if I was ever able to afford a purebred dog, um, which that sounds terrible, but don't, because I've adopted 2, 3, 4, 5 dogs. Yeah, 5 dogs. So it's always adoption for me. You get what I'm saying? If I did have the opportunity to get it would I think a mini pincher. I've always wanted that kind of dog. They're just so damn cute. Which one of you turned the TV off? Oh, I'm sorry, you didn't. Oh, oh, okay, that's funny. It's pretty funny. It's pretty funny. I have voice search on this, and my my beagle turns it off all the time. She steps on it. And the screen was blank. It was black. So I was like, "Which one of y'all turned the TV off?" And oh, it was you. Okay, here it is. And I pick it up and I look, and on the search, she had hit the search. It's a voice search. So the whole conversation that I had was all the way across the television, like it was going to search for that. I thought it was pretty fun. I guess you had to be here, but it's pretty funny seeing. Oh, look, the beagle has it. I'm glad I randomly found your page through looking up Bartlett First Amendment Audit. I've enjoyed all your videos I've watched, and I drove past you at Chick-fil-A when you had the devil mask on. Well, hey, Blair, are you around? Are you in Bartlett, or are you just? That's cool. Do you actually watch the videos? Do you actually watch the audit videos? You must. You must be so confused. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Blair. I'm sorry I'm confusing you so much. Thank you for watching my audit videos. You know how I feel about you've seen me get passionate about auditing. You know it's there. I've just had to pause it. I've had to pause that part of it because, again, we're in unprecedented times. Like they do not give a fuck. Even from 2 years ago, I'm talking about. They don't. A lot of them today, you question them, they don't care, man, and they don't care that you sue them. They don't give a shit because it's going to be tied up in court for God knows how long. It's going to cost you too much money, first off, to sue them. No lawyer's going to take the case. I don't care what the cop really does to you unless it's like, you know, really egregious. But cases that they should be taking, they're just not going to take. You know what I mean? So I just hope you understand that, you know, and I just want to take that's there, but at the end of the day, kindness and what we're doing, actually talking and communicating, I think it's just as valuable as I want to get back out on the streets. I really do. But again, I've said it before. I need more than one person. I can't do it myself. I can, but it's not fun. You know what I mean? It's not fun knowing that if I go somewhere and do everything legally, it's still a wild card. You know, I could still be in jail at the end of the day, and I get it. But that's what we're there for, to expose that. People know that shit's going on. That they're exposed. They're exposed. You understand what's happening, or you don't. I mean, you right? You have to. Okay, Lynn. Good night. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. So, Blair, just know, you know, I'm not planning on giving that up. I'm going to get back out. If there's 3 or 4 auditors that I know who right now, if they were in the area and they called me, I'd be like, let's go. Let's go. They might not be, like the Shelby County building. I can't go there. I know you guys have wondered why I haven't been back to that. At least you have, because you've watched my videos. I should have been back there. Those guys, what they've done to me at the Shelby County buildings. If you've seen the videos that I've gone there how many times? Twice, or is it 3 times? It might be 3 times. Every damn time I go to that place, every single time, my rights are violated. Every time. Physically, my phone got snatched out of my hand. I got assaulted by a security guard. I had another crazy ass security guard telling me that he'd wish I died when I'd had my stroke. I mean, and just being just nasty people, man. Nasty ass people above us. Nasty motherfuckers above us. You know what I mean? And I don't trust any of them. Any of them. They're not going to hem me up. They may want to hem me up. They ain't hemming me up. Yes. Patterson. Hey, Patterson. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Another hillbilly. Thank you, FW. I appreciate that. They look normal without their ears tagged back. Yes, they do. They're great dogs. I live in Bartlett area TV. Watch most of your videos in the 2 months I found you. Crazy how bad the quick change oil was. I hate how they treated you, but definitely made for good content. Yeah, that was nuts. That was nuts. You know what we'll do, Blair? One night, you bringing this up, I do need to go, and I think that there's certain videos like the stroke video, the Take 5 video, and there's a one called Put a Bow on It. That's my personal favorite one, and that was a good one. And I think that there are some cornerstone videos that I can watch on my channel and comment on live on a live stream. And I think y'all would be okay with that. I think you would. And I wonder, I don't go back and watch those videos. So I kind of want to go back and watch and see how I grew, if I did, where I started growing, where things needed, because there were a lot of things I did that were not good. early on. A lot of things. And, I started figuring things out. And then, bam, that's when the Arlington thing happened. And then, since then it's been so damn choppy. Yeah, it is what it is. Thank you, man. Thank you, Blell. I appreciate you, man. If you ever, don't be afraid to approach me in public, man. If you ever, you'll see me out and about. I'm zipping around Bartlett all the damn time. I'm just a normal person. You can talk to me if you want to, and see if I'm different than I am on here. You're going to be surprised because I'm not. I'm exactly the same person. No different. I can be grumpy sometimes. I wouldn't come in here and if I, man, yeah, sometimes I'll wake up in a mood and I'll be like, yeah, I don't need to stream today. That's just going to lead to problems. People, people aren't going to. Sometimes those are the ones though that get the numbers. I don't know, man. I don't know, but thank you. That's cool, man. I'm glad you watch it. Glad you watch it. Yeah, that's awesome. Guys, I am going to have to run in just a minute because I do have a couple of things I got to take care of. It's 2 hour stream. You know, we're gonna work our way back into how we were doing these live streams. Were going very well, and then I got the laptop to do the videos, and formats changed, and people got pissed off. I didn't know, and things happened, and it wasn't good. So I'm still gonna use this because it allows me to be in vertical or horizontal. It allows me to put my own stuff up here. It allows me to allow up to 8 people or 10 people in here to chat, or not to chat, to live stream or to talk like a phone call. So we still have all those, but be patient and you know channel is I'm excited. I'm excited. That's all I'll say. So thank you. And with that being said, I don't know who's left in here, but I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to do my usual thing and let everybody know. Let everybody know it's not red versus blue. It's the 1% versus you, as my beagle touches. I definitely will if I run into you. Keep fighting for freedom. Much respect. Have a good evening. I'm about to play some pool. Nice. Go kick some ass, man. Go kick some ass. Oh, sorry. Have fun, man. Thank you. It's not red versus blue. It's a 1% versus you. I said that earlier, and on my earlier stream, and somebody commented that was really, I like that a lot, and it's nice to hear that because sometimes you don't realize that that's reaching new ears, and to hear someone say, "Oh yeah, I like that," that's cool. That means something to me. So uh, I'll always say it because I never know who's in here. And I love you all. And like ET said, be good. And what's the last one? Oh, yeah. CTG out, guys. See you next time. See you tomorrow morning. See you tomorrow morning. Oh, wait. Oh, no, no. My beagle's trying to end the show. Beagle, stop. Give me a minute. You've already eaten. Have a good night, guys.